Oliver, it's wrong.
Why? You and Mom say I need to be responsible with my powers. Isn't it responsible to make sure that the bad guys never hurt anyone else?
Life is precious. We don't just take it.
It's not precious. People kill each other all the time, and most people aren't even special like us. They're just normal.
You sound just like Dad.
So? Why is that bad? You act like you know everything, but do you ever think that maybe Dad was right?
And this is one of my favorite scenes of this season. Mark is left speechless as he contemplates whether life is truly precious, whether it is justified to kill. Invincible Season 3 was really good. I'm excited to see where the plot goes, but more importantly, this theme of right versus wrong kept coming up. The idea of, do the ends really justify the means? My favorite aspect of the show has to be how it's slowly starting to explore this. Let's compare this to superheroes such as Batman. I love Batman. I think his philosophy and overall embodiment of the human spirit is a prime example of the traditional superhero norm we've all become used to. All human lives are precious, and if we kill whoever wrongs us, we risk becoming the very people we hate. We risk becoming like them.
All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
Aw, so you do think about me.
But if I do that, if I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
Batman doesn't kill because it's hard, but because it's too easy. Because, like he says, if you cross that line, you become somehow different. You change. It's something you can't come back from. Many would liken this to the idea that it's not your place to decide who lives or dies. From a religious standpoint, it's left up to a higher power. But is this right? Going back to Oliver, I think he mentions a really good counter to this. People die all the time. People have been killing each other for all of human history. It's only recently that we've sort of been shielded from this brutality in our modern times. We can make something of ourselves thanks to society creating a protective barrier through the law that lets us achieve something more than just surviving. But when you take this away and throw in things such as superheroes, you add a whole new layer to this dilemma. In Invincible, the cruel indifference of the universe is working overtime. We got Viltrumites, mind-controlling parasites from Mars, and the worst of all, Mindy Kaling clones gaslighting our main character. Good God. Let's take a step back for a second. Let's think about a hypothetical world where the good guys could decide who lives and dies. Let's look at the confrontation between Mark and Cecil. Like we all know, Mark confronts Cecil about his use of the reanimin and working with Blackwing. This is where we see the flaw in choosing who lives and dies. Working towards the greater good, we get instances of corruption, human bias. When we get to decide what is moral for others, it lets us blur the line between the individual rights and the greater good, which leads to corruption. Mark has never decided to hurt Cecil or the others, but the fact that he's a Viltrumite means that as long as he's alive, he has the potential to do so. Cecil's job is to protect humanity, and he'll do it by any means necessary, even if it means hurting the innocent. But is this right? The confrontation scene shows us that both Mark and Cecil are right about the world. It is morally wrong to allow people who have done harm to society to continue to function within it. By allowing Sinclair to have a job at the GDA, it does a disservice to the citizens Cecil wants to protect, to the people that Sinclair has hurt. Mark is representing and making an argument for the common person versus the greater good, which is ironic because he technically isn't a regular person. On the other hand, the reality is humanity does not have the technology nor the strength to go up against some of the threats we see in the universe. We need Sinclair's skill set in order to combat the Viltrumites. The reanimin are the only weapon that has consistently shown to be able to go toe-to-toe with Viltrumites. Cecil is representing the greater good here. The reality of the situation is that in a way, Cecil is right in his choice to work with Sinclair and Darkwing. You can be the good guys or the guys that save the world. But at the same time, when we decide to only focus on the greater good, It leads to atrocities taking place in order to save the largest amount of people. It leads to people's rights being violated for the sake of a larger whole, which, as we saw, isn't always right. The fact of the matter is that I think that these two need each other to keep each other in check. It's one big mess of the issue of doing what's right versus doing what leads to the least amount of suffering, which many superhero shows haven't really tackled like Invincible has. Overall, I'm looking forward to see how Invincible plays out, how it leans into this theme and explores it. What do you think? Was Cecil right in not fully trusting Mark and getting the help of Sinclair, or was Mark right in wanting to punish criminals for their wrongdoings? I personally think it's a little bit of both, but I'll let you decide down below, but only if you subscribe and like the video. If you don't, I am legally allowed to make you work in the food kitchen serving tweakers with Amber. Thank you for watching.